Welcome back to Modern Approach on YouTube. Halifax Real Estate Modern Approach with Exit Realty Professionals. My name's Andrew. It's been a while. First of all, I just wanted to say welcome to 2012. There are a lot of interesting developments in the real estate market, at least in the last few months here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is the east coast of Canada. About the month of October, the federal government announced a $25 billion shipbuilding contract to Irving Shipyard, which is located in the Halifax Harbor area, which means that there's of course going to be an influx of money, jobs, and therefore residual income, and a lot of offshoot industries are going to be benefiting from this. So that's the good news. The good news for, of course, in the real estate industry is that there's going to be an increased demand as a result, not just for residential housing in form of purchasing mortgages and purchasing homes, single-family homes or even condos, but also in the apartment construction as well. There's going to be at least, I believe it's approximated to be about 1,500 new jobs as a result of this, and then of course thousands of other residual jobs incrementally following that. So that's really, really exciting. The good news is, and this is one thing I want to talk about as well for anyone looking to sell their home, is that right now we have a decreased inventory. Right after the shipping announcement, probably directly into the month of January, there was this huge rush on homes in the Halifax Peninsula area, as well as in downtown Dartmouth, North End Dartmouth, and of course Cole Harbour, Eastern Passage areas, because that's where the closest proximity is to the shipyards for anyone who will be eventually looking for a home. The reason why there was this rush is because these buyers know that between now and within the next 5 years, there's going to be a demand for housing in these areas. As a result of increased demand, you're going to get increased prices, and market value is bound to go up as well. So that's the key part to take into consideration there. What we've run into, however, is now we have too many buyers and not enough listings. Now, this is what a lot of sellers I've been seeing as I door knock lately in the last month or so are saying, is they're wanting to wait until the spring market, or even waiting until 2013, 2014 even, to wait for their market value to go up as well, and then buy their other home or downsize into a condo or downsize into another property, thinking that, well, I'm going to get more money for my home, so as a result, I'm going to be able to sell it for more and pocket it for the purchase of another. The only issue with that is, and I've kind of wittingly said back, is sure, your home will be able to sell more in the next 2 to 3 years, but so will all the other homes that you'd be buying after that. So what you're seeing is a steady increase in property value, at least in the peninsular area, but also incrementally in the suburban areas as well, Bedford and Sackville. So my advice, of course, and this is not to sound selfish in any way, but if you're looking to sell your property and get a decent amount of money for it, or in some cases an amazing amount of money for it because the demand is just so high, then now is really the time, because once the spring market kicks in, you're going to see an increased level of listings and therefore more competition. So the good news is that right now there's a huge demand. Mortgage rates are still very, very low, and there's not nearly as much competition from other home sellers as well in any of those given areas. We're talking about North End, West End, South End, Halifax, and even Fairview and Clayton Park are seeing some pretty healthy activity as well. So in any case, that's for the sellers out there. For the buyers out there, now is an opportunity to grab any of these properties for a reasonable amount of money at the same time, and manage to grow your own equity, stop paying someone else's mortgage by renting, and grow your own self-value, your own self-worth, as well as your own financial wealth, which is very important, especially in this day and age with the economy the way it is. It's really important to have an asset that's going to accrue in value over time instead of a car, which is the opposite. So with mortgage rates the way they are, a lot of times you'll find that the average sale price, which ranges between $200,000 and $220,000, give or take, depending on where you're located, will, in terms of a mortgage payment, be the same, or in some cases less, or even slightly more than what you'd be paying in rent, and then you'd be building your own equity, which is paramount importance. So, in conclusion, now is the time to buy, and now is definitely the time to sell in the same hand. The Halifax market is poised to see exceptional growth this year. And for us to be as busy in January as we normally are in the springtime, that speaks testament to a lot of the developments going on in the city right now. So nonetheless, let's get on board. Let's make 2012 a great time for yourself and a great time for the real estate industry, and plan for your financial future. And hopefully you'll be choosing me as your realtor. And if you have any questions whatsoever, all my contact information is right below. All my links to any important site are right below. Information galore. You're going to have a blast, and looking forward to working with you this year. Have a great night, and thanks for visiting Modern Approach and Halifax Real Estate. Have a good night.